Good evening, gentlemen. It's Steady Eddie here, wearing a blanket on the beach. How bizarre is that? How bizarre is that? Okay, so this is a bit peculiar. This is an experimental thing, right? Good evening. I'm doing this live stream early, simply because my sleeping arrangements are all over the place at the moment, and I couldn't, I couldn't trust myself to get up on time to do the live stream. Apologies if what you're seeing is a bit bizarre. A lot of things are quite bizarre right now. Let's just see who's here. John Mitch is here. Hello, John. Nice to hear from you. So let's get that one out the way with first of all. I hope your shoulder and arm are better. Well, I have had a problem with my left shoulder, and it really froze up. I've had problems with my right recently, and my right leg, and my right arm and shoulder. But it's improving. I've had to take a lot of tablets, and I've been sleeping bizarre hours. I've been sleeping through the evening. As soon as I eat a meal, I just go to sleep, and I can't wake up again. It's all a bit bizarre, but I am a little bit on the mend now anyway. Better than it was anyway, so it is slowly getting better. Anyway, thanks for asking. Seamus Doherty. Yeah, this is a live stream. I'm actually at home now, but the reason I've called it that strange waiting at the airport feeling is that, I've got a couple of weeks to go, and I think I've done just about everything except for my insurance. I haven't actually done that yet. That is the last thing to do. But that strange feeling when you know that your travel is coming very, very soon, and you think you've done everything, and you're just sitting around, you're just really not really doing a great deal because you think you've done everything, and all of a sudden at the last minute you realize, oh my God, I should have done this, I should have done that. But anyway, it's just my insurance really that I have to sort out. Samuel Hutchinson, nice to put that comment on the screen. Nice to hear from you, mate. Oh, Paul as well, Eddie, and you get to enjoy your travels. Cheers. Okay, fine, thank you. Can you actually see my arm? I think you can see my arms better than you can see. I haven't got a green screen. I'm using, an uploaded photo from, I think it's Wahen. I hope it's Wahen. It's a bit stripped. I know the image is a bit bizarre, but then I'm feeling a bit bizarre right now. Thanks anyway, Samuel. Kipax, nice to hear from you. Gabby Hayes, hope you're feeling better. Okay, thank you. Cheers. I'm feeling a little bit better, not 100%, but I must admit, with the physical problem, I was starting to think, it crossed my mind that it might not be realistic for me to contemplate traveling, because travel can be very, very physical, especially when you're dragging a big suitcase around and you're getting on and off buses and trains and planes and whatever. But now I feel, it's doable. It's doable. Everything's a bit iffy, but that's the way it is. Capo 17, nice to hear from you. Gabby Hayes, thank you for that super chat. I do appreciate that. Have a beer on me. Okay, well, I've got one right here. I've got a Coors Light. What a cause. I've been told not to, with the tablets I'm taking, codeine, I've been told, well, it says on the label, don't be drinking alcohol and all that. Well, okay, I'm not expecting miracles. I've been taking it a little bit easier. I think I've been taking a bit easier on the drink, but it's slowly but surely getting there. Niall N, nice to hear from you. Bryn Roberts, thank you. Capo 17, the Sweeney is indestructible. No, I don't think I am really. Funny enough, I watched the film last night, an old movie with Bruce Willis, a strange film with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson in it called Unbreakable. It was about a man who can survive any accident and he never gets ill or he never breaks any bones or nothing. I mean, I do wish I was like that, but unfortunately, I'm only human. Yeah, Paulo Nadalo. Hello, Steady Eddie. What's happening? Well, what's happening right now? It's Thursday evening. I would normally begin this live stream at 10 o'clock. Apologies to anyone who wasn't prepared for it. But I felt I'm sleeping erratic hours. I mean, you know, if I have too long to go and if I eat something, I just want to go to sleep afterwards because I'm still on those tablets, codeine and you know, taking other things as well, you know, painkilling tablets. So it's just I just thought I want to you know, get this out the way. This is not the most inspired live stream. Basically, I want to say it's that strange waiting at the airport feel, and that's. I mean, do you ever feel that, you know, when you've got a couple of weeks to go and you think, I think I've done everything and I've got everything prepared now. I just wish, you know, that flight would come around now. But there's always that in the back of your mind that, you know, there's other things that you need to do. Seamus Doherty, Leeds, PTMT, good evening. Gregory Rasputin, yeah, exactly. Gregory Rasputin, Eduardo's back. Kipax, thank you. Martin McCormack, Asian Paradise, good evening. From Maryland, USA. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Chaz Brown, gosh, early birds. Hope you is okay, Ed. Okay, fine, thank you. Karen Farang from the jungle. Okay, thanks, mate. Nice to hear from you. Thanks for all the concern from everybody. Everyone's posted such nice messages. We're all only in the last month. I during the live stream actually on the other channel, I actually had a terrible problem with my right shoulder and arm, and I couldn't move it, and I was in so much pain, and I had to end the live stream, you know, because I was in so much pain. That was on my right side. A couple of weeks ago, I had a problem with when my right leg froze up, and then a couple of weeks later, my left shoulder arm. This one seems to be. You never know when it's going to strike next. You know, you get to that age and you just never know what's going to happen next. Life of Razor, nice to hear from you. McLaren F1, cheers. Pages just one. Neil Fleet, nice to hear from you, Neil. Let's see. John Hughes, nice to hear from you. Chaz Brown preferred the previous music intro, to be honest with you. I thought I'd just surprise you with that one. I might use that one for my other channel. That one. You know, so funny enough, I did have another intro for my other channel, but I cleared a lot of my a lot of the library on my laptop because it was clogging everything up, and I accidentally cleared that one out as well. Ian UK, bloody hell, we're early tonight. Hope you're feeling better. I am feeling a little bit better now. Tonight's an unplanned live stream. It's whatever you want to talk about. My travels, you know, I did cross my mind in the last week or so. It might be unrealistic of me to attempt to travel. But I'm on the mend now. I am definitely on the mend. I can do most of the things that I need to do. You know, I'm still, yeah, I can get on the exercise bike for a couple of hours, but walking is difficult because when you're walking, you are not just using your legs when you walk. You are using your arms. You know, you're swinging your arms by your side. And the last time I tried to walk, I couldn't get very far because I found that my arms were swinging from side to side, and it was a bit painful. So you know, I'm on the mend. Hopefully, you know, but in a couple of weeks' time, I should be fit. You know, fit to go. Ben Ross, nice to hear from you. Bintman, nice to hear from you. Bernard Purcell, Anders Bergman. Speedway, Steve marked it. Even Ed, live from Hanoi, landed Wednesday PM. Bring some face masks as they want them on internal flights in Vietnam. P.S. Weather is lovely. Oh, well, that's great to hear. That's really, really great to hear. Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, Big Fat Bestie. You know, I can give him a shout out. He was doing a live stream last night, which was really, 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 really good fun. And he did say when he went to Thailand, you know, everything's okay. You don't need any, you know, proof of, you know, inoculations or anything like this. But as for face masks, you do need them on either airways before you board the flight. But then they're fairly easy going if you take them off during the flight. You still better keep your face masks handy just in case. John Quayle, how's the shoulder going? I had a cortisone shot in my shoulder a couple of years ago. Been good ever since. Okay, well I haven't had any. I haven't had any, inoculations, but I have taken the codeine tablets. And another thing with the codeine, they do make it a little bit constipated as well, which isn't really a very good thing. Let's see. Mark, why are you wearing a jumper on the beach? Let me explain. I'm not on the beach. This is, a background. In the last week or so, I couldn't get a T-shirt over my head and arms. I couldn't put a T-shirt on. So what I've been doing, I've either been wearing vests because I can get them over my head and my left arm, or I've been wearing old T-shirts which I've cut up. I've actually cut up old T-shirts so that I can get them over my head because I've been very, very limited in what I can wear. So I've been wearing this, but I've also been. Can I take that off now? And can I take that off now? My arm disappears that side, doesn't it? There you go. My arm disappears. I think I'll put it back on anyway. There you go. That's better, isn't it? That put it over there. That makes me look like a Roman emperor, doesn't it? When I put it like that, doesn't it? I should have my sword. Oh, I had the Roman Colosseum there for the background the other night. Let's see, Terry Jones. What the hell is this? Early stream. I'm watching Autumn. Autumn Watch. You don't want to watch that, do you? It's either Eddie or the Goshawk. Autumn Watch. You want to watch that? What's bloody leaves turning brown and leaves? You don't want to watch that. Okay, Steve Bilbo. All right, Ed, like the fellow mongers. Okay, nice to hear from you. Scaffolder John. From the Maxine. It has been suggested. Now, I wouldn't be, make a sweeping statement to say that the three Maxines that I've had have been the cause of this, but some people have suggested this sort of thing. Everything's a bit crazy. Anders Bergman, nice to hear from you. Daniel Kelly, hey Eddie, is it cold there? No, it's bloody warm. I'm in the UK. The Lost King of Scotland, nice to hear from you. Let's see, Paul Joseph, 2 a.m. Thailand, early for the beach. I'm not on the beach. I'm not in Thailand. I'm in the boring old UK. Let's see. Well stated. I'm flying to Thailand on the 7th of November. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I'm really looking forward to my travels now. I mean, right now at this moment in time, I've got 4 months of travels booked in. 4 months of travels ahead of me, and do I feel it's like kind of daunting right now? Am I excited? Do I feel daunted by it all? Well, no, not really, because I'm a seasoned traveler, and I've done travel like this before. So I'm not really thinking, I'm either excited or I'll tell you what, I just want to get on not so much get on the plane. I want to get off the plane at the other end. I don't like airplanes. I mean, they're marvelous creations, but I just want the nasty ordeal over and done with. So I'll be happy when I'm walking the streets of Bangkok in a couple of weeks' time. That's when I'll be happy. Florida's ever looking good over there at the beach. Okay, don't be fooled. Kipax, I fly Monday. Good for you. Andrew Rendell, good evening, mate. So there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people heading out to Thailand and that part of the world right now. But it's going to be interesting to see, isn't it? What really happens in terms of the price. Is the cost of things going to put a lot of people off? I mean, if you actually look at, I was watching a vlog. I don't mind giving him a mention. Is it Everything Pattaya? He does a very, very good channel. when he rides around, and he gives the prices and stuff, and of condos and of bar girls and all this kind of stuff. He's got a very, very good channel based in Pattaya. And I was watching one of his vlogs the other night, and he said, the cost of bar fines in LK Metro, the cost of bar fines and lady drinks and all the rest, it just seems to be astronomical in this day and age. I mean, you add that to the price of flights, and I think an awful lot. There will be a lot of people who simply will not be able to afford to go to Thailand this winter. It's going to be very, very expensive. And I know some people say, like, just scale down your own entertainment. Well, that's not much fun, is it, really? David Barnett, only 40 days till I fly. Looking forward to high season in Pattaya. 40 days. Well, what would that be? That would take you into early December then, wouldn't it? Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Hard Tulip. Interesting how this all started when you started your tough exercise regime. Sorry, but to me, 2 hours on a bike and a power walk seems over the top for a 60-year-old. Also, consult a doctor before. Oh yeah. Well, I suppose yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you, mate. I'm not going to disagree with you. I didn't start at 2 hours, and I don't strenuously go on the exercise bike. I drag the exercise bike in front of the TV set, and I watch my favorite YouTube videos. I do it at a kind of pedestrian pace. But I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I'm not going to disagree with you, mate. Anyway, I've lost a little bit of weight. I mean, I have lost weight. Funny enough, a couple of weeks ago, I was feeling so damn good. I must admit, I was doing my 2 hours on an exercise bike, and then I was doing a few press ups, and then I was going for my speed walk through a country lane and back. And I must admit, I did think to myself, this ain't bad for a 60-year-old guy. This is pretty good. I'm moving well. But then, I'm getting extra. Is the shoulder aches that is this to do with the exercise? Do you think? I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I really don't know. Dutch Farang, codeine and alcohol is a splendid mix. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's see, Steve Bilbo, a few Yates wines will sort that shoulder out there. I've had a few bottles of wines as well. The problem with bottles of wines, I mean, I've knocked that on the head in recent times, but the problem with bottles of wine is that I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Let's see, I'm going to do this to see if this will be better. Is that better? Is that better? There you go. I look like I've got a towel over me. Oh, there you go. Okay. Kipax, get some morphine. No, not for me, mate. Let's see. Okay. Daniel Mills, codeine always gives me weird dreams. It's quite apparently it's quite powerful. It's sending me to sleep. I'm sleeping like. And here's another thing which I haven't mentioned on this stream up to now. I'm actually sleeping in an armchair right now. I mean, all of these aches seem to start when I'm in bed at night time, lying down. I find it really uncomfortable to lie down. So I'm actually sleeping in an armchair. I'm kind of getting used to it, really. But it's going to be interesting if that carries on. Then the first bed that I see will be in a hotel room in Bangkok, and it's going to be a bit strange. Chaz Brown, did you actually get to see a doctor, Ed? No, I didn't. I didn't see a doctor. What I done is they gave me some daft appointment. They said the doctor will phone you next week, and you can have an over-the-phone consultation. I was in so much pain. I phoned 111. And they were actually very, very good. They got in touch with the doctor and they said, give him some codeine, prescribe him some codeine. And I've been taking the tablets, and it's slowly getting better. It's not 100%, but at least it's not. I can still feel the ache in my shoulder, but it's not as bad as it was. Aston Vargas, when we be back in Asia? Soon. Mike Richardson, good evening. Dutch Farang, Eddie, are you going to Thailand soon? Right, yeah, I'm going to Thailand soon. Very, very soon. Let me see now. Steve Johnson, evening Eddie, 6 weeks to go. Pattaya and Koh Chang for Christmas. That sounds like a wonderful combination. Sounds terrific. Sounds like a great combination. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Mister, $50 for the formerly $5 Thanksgiving sale turkey. Rishi Sunak. Okay. Oh, yeah, we've got a new prime minister, haven't we? Well, what did Joe Biden call him? Well, he called him something quite. He never pronounced his name right, but it came out something so totally bizarre, didn't it? Yeah, Andrew Randall, don't drink with painkillers and don't go with bar girls. In other words, don't have a life. Let's see. Mike Richardson, only 13 weeks till I'm off to Pattaya. Been chatting online app with a freelancer. Things are looking good. Okay. I think with the cost of bar girls and bar fines and all of this kind of stuff, I think freelance it's going to be boom time for freelancers. That I've got a sneaky feeling. Kipax, Eddie's in the wars, needs a lovely Thai bear to look after him. Okay, that will be fine by me. Absolutely fine by me. I'm going to change the screen here. I'm going to change the screen here right now to see, because that. Let me see now. Let me see. Is that better? Is that better? Okay. Is that sort of better? Is it? Is that better? That is the Roman Colosseum. That's yeah. You know that is I took that photograph about 30 years ago. That's the Colosseum in Rome. Okay, so we are doing a bit of doing a bit of globe trotting tonight, aren't we? It's like a bloody James Bond movie. This 1 minute we're on an exotic beach, the next we're in Rome. Jesus Christ. Donald Trump, nice to hear from you. Chris Gallen, evening, Eddie. I hope you're back to full fitness by the time you start your travels. I hope so too. I hope so too. It's getting that way. But the thing is, it's not just my left shoulder that's caused me problems in the last month or so. I've had my right shoulder and arm. I've had my right leg, and now this. You know, once something clears up, you just never know what's coming next, really. S4K travel. S travels 4K. It's an early evening, mate. Good to hear you on the road to recovery. Cut back on the tablets. They are addictive and can cause sleepless nights when you come off them. Really? I've done nothing but sleep since I've been on them. Jesus Christ. S Travels 4K does some great walking videos, by the way. Check his channel out. He's really, really entertaining. Anything from Manchester to Barcelona. Really well worth a look. Capo 17. There was a YouTuber named Belland who wanted to be a legend, a very good talker that turned into a stalker, and now it's a con up his back end. Okay, I think he's talking about Alex Belfield, that guy who went to prison for 5.5 years. I wonder how he's doing these days. Alan Young, how old are you, Eddie? I'm 60. 60. Let me see. Okay, better just block the the sexy sexy ads and all this kind of stuff. Well, 32, 12 days to go before being called a handsome man. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. John Mitz, thank you. Good to hear you on the man. Yeah, thanks, John. Okay. Hope you can be traveling soon. Yeah, be good to hear for your adventures. Be good to hear more about Colombia as well. I mean, the way Thailand's getting expensive, it'd be interesting to see, where will the next Thailand be? I mean, which country could possibly be, the next Thailand? I mean, I can't think of one. I can't, I really, really can't. Daniel Kelly, how are you going to do travel vlogs, Eddie, if you had trouble walking? I'll be back. I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back on the mend. I don't think you'll see me doing travel vlogs, through Pattaya with from a mobility scooter. I don't think it's going to be that bad. No, I'll be back. I'll be back. Lost Game Scott. Just relax and take it easy. You're a legend. Hope you're well soon. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Anyway, thanks for that. Who's this? Past 36 phone. My private photo here. I can't see any photo. I can't see any. It's strange, bloody. Oh, what? Is anyone going to respond to that crap? Delayed Dave. Good to read on the mend, Eddie. I fly to Palestine in 5 days' time. Can't wait. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Sounds very, very interesting. Asian paradise. Exercise might not be the answer in this case. Just a thought. Okay, fair enough. Oh, what the bloody hell is this crap here? There you go. Project Sexy Time. Hello. Motel. Nice to hear from you. McLaren F1 race. Hey, I had no air thrusting bar girls for a bit. Keep that for non-pen. Oh, don't worry. I don't worry. I mean, a nice dirty massage, should do the trick. I mean, those girls can perform miracles. They can work wonders. Those girls. And also, it's been said that when I get in a hot climate, I mean, the hot climate in Thailand might make all the difference. It could well make all the difference. Okay, there we go. Oh. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Okay, so where are we now? Change that back a bit because that's getting on me nerves. I've already done. I'm going to change that one back again. There you go. We'll get back to the beach. Back to the beach anyway. That's nice, isn't it? Nice sunny background there. Okay. So who thinks that Thailand is going to be there's going to be a lot of people who won't be going to Thailand this year because it's just got too expensive, and that's the way it sounded to me. I mean, that chappy everything Pattaya and it's various other ones. I mean, the prices that these girls and the bar finds and the lady things, it just seems to be going up, really. And I just think it'll be boom time for freelance. I think a lot of guys are going to just skip the bars and just head for the freelancers. But then apparently, at this moment in time, there's a bit of a shortage of really hot women there. So I really don't know. I really don't know what to expect when I get out there. Okay. Dutch Farang, energy prices rising. Energy prices rising, but I was still whining about it being warm in this time of the year. Being too warm this time of year, okay. John Mitch, there's a new vaccine for the Omicron variant. You ought to get it. Oh, I've already had 3. I've had 3 of those jabs. And some people are saying now, that, maybe, aches and pains could be a result of this. I don't know. I think the 3 that I've had, I think that's about enough for me. If they don't require any more, then I'm not going to volunteer to have any more jabs. I think that's just about enough for me, to be honest with you. Mike Richardson, not had the con jab, so cannot suffer the side effects of a pointless jab. Okay. Big fella, thanks. Steady Eddie prime time. Okay, thank you. Project Sexy Time. I'm in now in January. Good for you. Nicholas Paul Paracella. Is Pattaya now too pricey? It's changing. We're in a very, very strange time right now, aren't we? I mean, this is the aftermath of the pandemic. I mean, I was there early this year. I spent a fair bit of time in Pattaya, but not in the most enjoyable of circumstances. The circumstances weren't really very, very good because there was restrictions and all this kind of stuff. But it seems to me that the reports are that they're struggling to get girls, really decent girls, because a lot of the girls who work in bars have found other ways to make money, like going on, dating apps or OnlyFans or whatever it is. This seems to be the way. I can't talk firsthand about how expensive, the girly scene is in Pattaya right now, because I'm not there right now. I was there early this year, but it does. This consensus is that it is getting really, really, very, very expensive. Piece of blue, Eddie. Hi Eddie, why are you wearing your vest, mate? Because it's the only thing that I can get over my head right now. Kipax, Daz is a good guy. Is that the chappie who does that everything Pattaya? Yeah, he does a good channel. Does a good channel. Mark Smith. Evening, Ed. I flyers on Saturday morning. Well, good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Teddy Jones. I'm in the same predicament. I want to go for Christmas, but flight's very expensive. Not sure it's worth it. Total holiday cost will be $5,000. Well, that's expensive. That is. Mark, food is still cheap. The price of punani has gone up. Yeah, absolutely. Anders Bergman, do you have shoulder pain? Same size you got the injection, equals frozen shoulder. Yeah, I did get the injection there. Yeah, exactly. Kipax, 2 gram bar fine. No thanks. Well, that was what they were asking. 2,000 baht bar fine in some of the go-go bars for the models. I think it was like 1,500 to 2,000 for a bar fine. I mean, remember the days when that's what a girl would cost, and now you're paying that for the bar fine. It has become ridiculously expensive. I mean, last time I was in, I was in not Soy Cowboy. I was around Nana. I was around the Nana area early this year, and I was chatting to a girl, and one of them, she did actually suggest, long time could be between, could be up to 7,000 baht. And then there's the bar fine. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Pattaya, the girly scene is not cheap anymore. Dutch Farang. The first day I'll be in Pattaya, I won't go to the Agogo, the beer bar at the club. I will just drink a Thai whiskey on my balcony and watch the view. I like the go-go bars. I really, really do. I mean, especially the ones where they dance sort of natural, and there's some wonderful ones. I wonder what the scene's going to be like these days, because in the past, those go-go bars, some of the ones off the side streets of Walking Street, they can be very, very friendly, even if you want to just go in there and just have a couple of beers, a couple of draft beers, and not really spend a great deal of money. They were okay with you. I wonder now that things are going so much more expensive, and that they're aiming for the customers who are prepared to spend a lot of money. Will they be getting less friendly? Will they be hostile to fellas who, cheap Charlies who just want to come in there and, have a few beers and lay it at the girls? I mean, will those kind of fellas be not welcome anymore? It's going to be interesting to see what the mood's going to be. The way I see it, if those establishments, if they can get the kind of money that they're asking, then they're not going to welcome the cheap Charlies very much. I know that much. Mike Richardson, there have been some issues with people who have not paid for their hotel. A Golden have cancelled their booking and rebooked the room at a higher rate. That's bloody dreadful, that. That's dreadful. Well, I haven't had any issues like that. I've booked with booking.com. I hope that bloody doesn't happen to me. McLaren F1 race, everything but it's a great show. Yeah, it's a good channel. A good channel. Well, 32, my hotel is booked and paid and insurance paid. Okay. Who's this? Jeff Northcote. I think it's Jeff Northcote. BBC News. Nuns and priests to watch porn. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. In other news, the Pops are Catholic. Oh, the Popes are Catholic. Okay, fine. Nuns and priests. What's the old part? It wouldn't surprise. Actually, I think that's too normal for them, really. That isn't it? I would have thought they'd go for other more heinous activities. To be honest with you. Let's see. Jeff Norco. Okay, thank you. Mark, I found the ugly one start to look a bit better after a few beers. Okay. Brent L, nice to hear from you, Brent, from Australia. Just booked Thailand for August next year. $400 Australian return. Miss it already. Well, that sounds good for him. That sounds like it sounds good. Good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. Brent L, hope you get better. Okay, cheers, mate. Brian Street, evening, mate. Good to see you staying positive. Okay, thanks, Brian. Nice to hear from you, mate. Anyway, nice to hear from you. Let's see. Bintman, the aches and pains are probably just down to getting old, like it will come to us. Okay, fine. Let's see. Go see a good physio. If I felt that was necessary, I would do. Time's running out, mate. Time's running out. I mean, I'm feeling like right now. I mean, it's the days are getting short now, and I should be on an airplane in the not too distant future, really. So I've got just about. I haven't packed any of my luggage yet, but that'll only take a few hours because I know what I'm taking. Last time I forgot my what do we call it? The webcam. I forgot that. I'm not going to forget that this time. And so I can pack my luggage in a few in a few hours. I've got to print out a couple of documents. What else? It's just the insurance. It's just the insurance. Now, as for the insurance, I know I put a little video out there last week, and the insurance looks very, very expensive, but that's got to be tackled. I think. Yeah, I'm not so sure what I'm going to do with that just yet, but I'll find a way around it anyway. I will not go abroad without being fully insured. But I think what I'll probably do is maybe maybe up for the 3 months insurance and then get a separate insurance for the other month. I mean, the same companies keep coming up. Some great comments on that little video that I posted, and but one of them. Quite a few people have mentioned post office. The post office insurance is really the most reliable one. So, I've got to sort that out over the next week anyway. Patriot to Swan. There will be cheaper flights to Bangkok when Turkish Airlines starts to operate normally. Okay. G. Northcote, I can't understand how funeral directors have raised the price of funerals and blamed it on the cost of living. Okay, good, like it. Dying is an expensive pastime in this day and age. Let's see. You would think it would be a buyer's market regarding the bar girls. Turns out it's a seller's market. It is. I mean, the more hard up they get in Thailand, the more the bloody prices seem to go up. Mike Richardson, download Line app. It's the #1 in Thailand. Chat to a few ladies with video call and text. It is the #1. I mean, I never even bothered with Line. I'm on Facebook, but when I was in Thailand earlier this year, a number of people said to me, are you online? And I said, no, I don't do that. He said, well, that's the one that everybody does here. So I better get moving. I better get on it next time I'm there. Metal Hamster. See a private GP who specializes in pain management and skeletal issues. It's better to get as close as possible to the root cause of the problem in order to prevent long-term issues. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a private GP. I've tried to see one. They're too bloody busy. They're too busy to have a look at you. Ugh. Okay, let's see. I think I'm well behind with the chat here. Well behind. Who's this? Rorik Daniels. Knock all exercise in the head till you get back from Thailand, Ed. This is the cause of all your injuries. Your body's not had enough time to get used to it. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion. I must admit, after a couple of hours on the exercise bike, I do feel better. I feel like I've done something. I really feel like I've done something, and I've lost a few pounds anyway. So I feel good for that. I personally, I don't really think it's the exercise that is really, being the cause of my injury, because I've had sort of stuff like this before. I don't really think that that's the cause somehow. Patey just one. Thailand is definitely better than Cambodia if you enjoy massage. Yeah, last time I was there, yeah, absolutely. Thailand's definitely, yeah. I mean, Cambodia is great. It's got some lovely women there, but the massage scene is not good. JD, bars in LK Metro charging 1,500 to 2,000 just for bar fine now. 2,000 plus was it? Well, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, mate. It's a lot. I mean, in the olden days, I mean, I met girls in go bars and paid bar fines and this sort of stuff. Now it's just if you're going to pay that amount of money for a girl, and it's a lot of money, you better make damn sure that you perform well. I mean, you don't want to find out after paying all that money, you come back and you can't rise to the bloody occasion. Let's see, Roger Hughes. Evening, Ed. Hope you're on the mend. I fly from Manchester on Saturday morning to sunny Pattaya. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, now a couple of nice little super chats here. Sorry if I'm well miles and miles and miles behind the chat. Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, 100 knock. Yes, okay. Edward Goodwin on Facebook. Charles Kahn. Big up, Ed. Okay, thanks for that, mate. I believe you're in Norway. Kenneth Tottenham Hotspur. Knock 100. Thanks for that, mate. I do appreciate that. And also, let's see, where are we here? And I'll put that one on the screen as well. I'll put that on the screen. Yeah, okay, there we go. Kenneth Tottenham Oscar, another 50 knock. Open meet in Thailand one day. I'm landing on Monday. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Wonderful. It's I think November. It's going to be good there. I mean, I made a few mixed reviews, but I can't wait myself. I can't wait, and I'm sure you're going to have a great time. Sure you are. Thanks for those super chats, anyway, Kenneth. Let me just get back to where we were here. Okay, so Wildcat. Sorry if I've missed anybody out in this chat. Wildcat 66. Go to Blackpool. You'll get an old slapper for 20 quid. She'll be a smackhead though. Have to weigh things up, I suppose. Yuck. Bloody hell. I wouldn't cross the bloody road for it. Mike Richardson. Things have gone up. So go the go-go bars, watch the show, then line up for the lady for a long time. Things have gone up, so go to the go-go bars to watch the show, then line up a lady for a long time, 2,000 baht, okay? Thanks for the info, Mike. Thanks for the info. Matthew Carr, nice to hear from you. Jack Booker is Walkersley still with they're lovely people. They are. They're lovely people. They're lovely people. We've even got one as our prime minister. They're lovely people. Kipax. Anyone know the prices for lady boys? Asking for a friend. I don't know. Let me see now. Lucy, in 1987, Barker was 400 baht. He stayed with you 24 hours. Those were the days. Those are the days, yeah. But in those days, you could get a pint of milk and a loaf of bread for about 20 pence, couldn't you? You know, that was a long time ago. Wildcat. There is a reporter on Sky News called Lisa Dale. Could it be? Oh, she gets bloody everywhere. She does. She gets everywhere. And I think we've done that one. Okay. Caretaker, plenty of good value options when I was in Pattaya in May, just stay out of the go-go clubs. I mean, some of those go-go dances are really beautiful. If you go in Lady Love and you know, a couple of the other bars, and Walking Street is still got some lovely go-go dancers. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, when they when they come back to your hotel, they're just the same as any other girl, really, aren't they? And but you know, you're paying a lot of dough for them. I think really it's, you know, it's not for the cheap Charlies, the go-go bars. I mean, it'd be sad if they became hostile to the cheap Charlies. You know, they didn't like guys going in there just buying drinks and you know, laying at the ladies and then walking out again. But it's those kind of price that they're asking now. You've got to have some money, really. It's, you know, it's for the guys who are prepared to spend a lot of money. And like I say, if you are going to spend all that money, you just better make sure that you perform properly. I wouldn't trust myself, to be honest with you. Chiang Noi. I spent the entire month of September in Thailand. I never paid more than 1,500 baht for the route. Sure, I didn't get the go-go stunners, but everyone brags about. But I found someone attractive for me. Good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. Chiang Noi, between Thai-friendly bay bars and soy honey, sect, random massage shops, there is plenty available. Yeah, okay. I'm with you, mate. I go along with that. Kipax, what about go house with the mate? Oh, that is an awful idea. That's a dreadful idea. Gogatev, mind you don't want that shoulder pain with you that 4 months. Of course I don't, but it's on the mend. It's getting a little teensy weensy bit better. It is getting a little bit better. Am I confident that by the time I get on the plane in a couple of weeks' time that it's all going to be, you know, fine and dandy? I'm not confident about anything. You know, you just got to take a chance. You know, you got to take each day as it comes. Really. I mean, I can, you know, I can walk, but yeah, you know, and it's okay. I mean, you know, I'm not perfect physical right now. I felt I was perfect physical the other week when I was you know, walking, sprinting up and down a country lane and you know, doing this. You've got to take each day as it comes. You never know what's around the corner, really. Let me see. Brian Hudson, try Sainsbury's travel insurances. Sainsbury's, I've never tried that. I've tried Asda, but then Asda are bloody unreliable. Asda can't even bring me bloody groceries on time. Let's see. G. Northcote. Naproxen is the medical drug for all sorts of joint pain, steady. Inquire about it with your GP. It's getting to see the GP. That's the problem. Tom Robinson, £8 a month with Revolut Bank and cost travel insurance and many other things you get to benefit from. And very good bank for traveling with. Okay. The problem with banks that supply travel insurance is that it tends to be only for a month at a time, doesn't it? I mean, I haven't come across any bank that's going to insure you for 3 or 4 months or anything like that. Derek Sharkey, Eddie, just drop to your knees and ask Jesus to save your lonely soul. Okay. Amen. Amen to that. Shang Noi, WhatsApp has become popular amongst many of the girls, but WhatsApp has become popular amongst many of the girls, but doesn't offer as much functionality as Line. I've never used either of them really. I logged onto Line, but then it asked for a password and everything, and I just couldn't be bothered with it. I never actually got around. I've never used WhatsApp. Let's see, Alan Hunter. Hi, Eddie. Nice to see you on the mend. Now the Thai government have now allowed Farangs to buy property 100% ownership. Now you can retire there and use it for your base. So I've seen something about this. You can actually buy land now, but I think this is something like something ridiculous, like 40 million baht. I mean, that's about £1 million, isn't it? And you get a very small plot of land on which to build anything. It doesn't look like a good deal to me at all. I don't know. I wouldn't be interested in that. Eddie Jones, why do you travel alone, Eddie? I'll tell you why I travel alone. It's because you actually go. You actually go. You know, you plan your travels and then you actually go. In the past, I planned travels with people, and then at the last minute, look, mate, you know that trip what you had planned together? Well, I can't make it now. But I'll tell you what, we'll go next year. See, this is the advantage of traveling alone. I mean, you got nobody to let you down at the last minute. I know people. I honestly, I know people who planned on going to Thailand and South America and traveling the world and doing all kinds of things. They've been planning on it for years. Something always comes up and they never get around to it. I'm a doer. I'm not just a thinker. I'm a doer. I've traveled many, many, many places alone, and that's the way I like it. And that's I've traveled to so many countries in the world while other people I know of are still sitting around bloody thinking about it. Okay, so that's why I travel alone. Mark, alone is the best way to travel. Yeah, absolutely. It's also the case that you might be traveling with someone who turns out to be a real stick in the mud, and that's not much fun. Mike Richardson, chat to a lady on Thai Friendly, then get her line. They send photos and messages plus video calls. You can arrange out. This is good information coming out here. See, this is what this channel does best. A great community with some really, really good people. Mike Richardson's given some really good information there. Chat to a lady on Thai Friendly, then get her to a line, and they send photos and messages plus video calls. You can make. Okay, that sounds good. You see, I've never done anything like that, because I'm old school. Yeah, I just turn up and I want to meet the girl in a bar or wherever. So I've never really done anything like that before, with apps and lines and Thai Friendly and all that. But maybe it's about time I come up to date. Maybe I should come up to date. Stephen Rowe, drinking in Bangkok with some fit bird. I like the way you spell bird. Bird. Drinking in Bangkok with some fit bird. I like the way you spell that. Good for you, mate. Anyway, hope you're having a good time. Pages just one. In the old times, short time was 500 baht and long time 800 baht. About 20 years ago, they were the days. Asian paradise. Unfortunately, if you go to a doctor nowadays, all you'll hear is "I'm baffled." Lol. Yeah, absolutely. That's if you get to talk to them. It's like trying to bloody contact the dead. You may as well get your bloody your Ouija board out, and start playing that if you want to see a doctor. It's like contacting a bloody dead. Lewis C's got it all sorted out. Our three lovely ladies' line numbers will message when I arrive. Okay, good for you. Terry Thomas, check out Keto Diet on YouTube, Ed. You don't need to actually keto diet. Now I keep hearing stuff about the keto diet. Yeah, keto diet. Now, does this keto diet, does this mean that you can still drink alcohol? Because I couldn't imagine not drinking beer and all that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. Mike Richardson, first time I went to Thailand, the baht was 75 to the pound, a bay was 30 baht, and a lady short time 500, and it was, yeah, absolutely. Sounds about right, mate. Yeah, I recall they were the good old days. Yours travels, nice to hear from you, yours. Late in, hope you're feeling a little better. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. Anyway, I'm on the mend anyway. I'm on the mend. That's all I can say, really. Nice to hear from you anyway. Brian Hudson, Eddie, always remember Thai ladies treat your kindness as your weakness, and they are experts at emotional blackmail. Oh, I know, devious. Women are they're devious. I know they are. I know they're devious. Paige just one. You can still find Thai girls for 1,000 baht long time, but it's harder than before. Well, of what quality though? Of what quality? I have heard a few vloggers who are actually out there in Thailand right now complaining about the complaining about the quality of the ladies as well. There are girls about, but apparently the quality is not really so hot. Dave the Rave, is the shoulder improving? It's improving slowly. It's certainly it is improving. That's the word. It's certainly not a. It's improving, but it's still got a fair way to go. Eco, I'm getting quoted huge bar fine prices in Pattaya right now, 5,000 plus. Jesus Christ! Which bloody place are you going? Paul Hoskin, nice to hear from you. Is it an early live stream? It is a little bit early. The reason I've done this a little bit early is because I might have fell asleep. It was either do a live stream early or fall asleep. And if I fell asleep, I've been waking up at all kinds of bizarre times. I think it's because of these tablets that I'm taking. So I thought I'd just get this out the way early. Pay to this one. Freelancers can be bad people. They can do problem in your hotel. Be careful. Yeah, absolutely. Be careful of freelancers because I mean, the fact is, if you bring a freelancer back to your hotel room, you don't really know where she's come from or what her past is. Whereas with the bar girl, at least that bar girl, she's known to the bar, so she robs you. You know where to find her the next night. With the freelancer, you do have to be extra careful. Extra careful. Let's see. Carl Harris. I had just joined the live chat. So sorry if it being mentioned already. Flight prices are crazy at the moment for December. I haven't looked at flight prices for December. I booked my flight for early November and I booked it around about, I think it was about late July time. And I got a reasonably priced flight. Not bad at all. So, but I should imagine if right now, I mean, December is only what about 5 or 6 weeks away, something like that. If you're booking for December now, yeah, they probably will be. I haven't actually looked at the flight price for December now, but yeah, I am hearing that they are expensive. David Coleman, nice to hear from you, David. Hey, are you early tonight? How are you feeling? A bit better, David. Not 100%, but certainly better than I was. The shoulder is it's on the mend anyway. It's on the mend. Mike Richardson, the reason the bar fines are so high, they don't want the ladies to leave. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is what I'm hearing. This is a scenario which I've never really come across before. But what I'm hearing is that, for one thing, they're struggling to get the girls to work in the bars because there's a shortage of girls around after the pandemic, and also they're giving them such high wages and such high high drinks prices for lady drinks and all that they're earning. Some of them are earning so much money they don't need to be going with old geezers like us. Samuel Hutchinson, large bar fines is only go-go bars. Soapy massage is the way to go. Okay. Oh, I could do with a bloody good soapy right now. Yeah, Bint Man. Go-go prices, 1,500 bar fine before 1 a.m. And the girls want 4,000 a long time. 4,000, that's about 100 quid in itself, isn't it? A lot of the freelancers are expecting 3,000 long time. I blame the guys paying those prices. The girls are being spoiled. Well, the ball's in their cause, isn't it? With the girls, the ball is in their core. They've got you by the bollocks, basically. They've got you by the short and curlies. I mean, the girls have always been like that. They will earn as much money as they possibly can do. And what was I going to say? Now that the ball's in their court, that's it. It's all down to them. Paul Hoskin, wait until 2 a.m., then no bar fine needed. Do you know what? I used to always think guys were really, really stingy like that. I've met guys in bars and I'd meet a nice bed, in the bar. And the guy was saying to me, oh, I don't pay bar fines. I wait until 2 o'clock and then I meet her outside. And I thought to myself, Jesus, that's a bit stingy, that, isn't it? I mean, the bar fine's only about a bloody 300 bars or whatever, a fiver in old money or whatever. Would you be bothered? But in this day and age, with bar fans being so expensive, in a way, I can understand guys doing that. I can understand guys doing that now. David Coleman, it's $2,000 now to fly from Toronto, Bangkok, return. Is that Canadian or US dollars? It sounds pretty expensive, whatever it is. Yours travels. I'm not tight, but no chance I'm sitting there paying 220 to 250 baht for a lady drink. Everything Pattaya did a great video yesterday, and the bar fines were between 1,000 to 200, 2,200 before fee. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I don't mind giving a shout out to Everything Pattaya because I do watch him, and he does make some very, very, very informative videos. Everything Pattaya. Yeah, I've seen him when he's going up and down LK Metro, and he's got his hidden camera. Yeah, don't forget, and he's showing things the likes of us other vloggers who show our face we couldn't show, but he's recording the conversations that he had. And yeah, absolutely, they do seem very, very extortionate. It's the good thing about Everything Pattaya. I mean, he's telling the truth, isn't it? He's telling the truth, and I'm all for the truth, even at the risk of maybe upsetting a few people or disappointing people. You've got to tell the truth. And yeah, you're right. He did a good video on that the other day. Tom Robinson. Okay. Wildcat 66. Thanks for tolerating this all, Eddie. I've been banned from another 2 channels for saying I want to shag them. I would never say that to you, Eddie. I should bloody hope not anyway, mate. You're not my type. Okay. Mark, lady drinks are expensive. I just buy a drink to the 7-Eleven. How do you manage that? If you're in a bar, I mean, she says, buy me a drink. God, I'm going to nip over to the 7-Eleven and bring you a bottle of beer out of there. Is that how you do it? Samuel Hutchinson, soapy massages. Prices range from 2,500 to 4,000, depending on looks. Well, they've gone up because the last soapy massage I remember in Bangkok about 5 years ago. That was 2,000, and she was absolutely amazing. Let me see. Okay, where am I now? Jeff Northcote. Prices are so high in Pattaya that I now wait until the hooker is asleep. Then I rifle through her pairs and creep out the ST room, see how they like it. You're not the same person as Gaz77, are you? Where is Gaz tonight? If I, where is he tonight? The guy who bloody goes into Asda dressed up as a woman and runs off without paying. Where is he tonight? Nate's Quest, you know that's right. You can buy land if you invest 40 million baht. 40 million baht into the Thai economy. What's £1 million, isn't it? That's a lot of bloody money there. A lot of money. Isan, man, nice to hear from you, Isan, man. Isan, man, lives in Isan, and he lives. I think he lives in Udon Thani, and he knows his stuff there. Even up in Udon, where there's 2 streets of bars, there is a shortage of bar girls. Bar fines have gone up from 300 to 500. ST from 1,000 to 1,500. They asked 2,000, or long time 3,000. They asked 4,000. Big bottles of Leo. 90 to 120. Jesus Christ, it's expensive. Thailand is no longer that dirt cheap country where, people used to say you could go out there and take $1,000 out there and live like a king for 6 months. Remember that? It was always a load of rubbish, that. There was never ever super. Thailand is no longer the bargain basement country anyway. Let's see. Jamal Hamadou. All South Asia is a big brothel, dangerous, but no, definitely not, mate. You obviously got the wrong South Asia. Let's see, David Coleman, you're 100% right about traveling alone. I like to do what I want, when I want. Absolutely. Samuel Hutchinson. That's a good point, that. The good old days are gone, but it's still cheap compared to Europe. That's very, very true. Very, very, very true, that. Very, very true. I mean, the cost of hotels alone makes Thailand a great value country. It really, really does. Prior 9, absolutely. Yeah, it's always travel alone. No one let you down. I've heard this golden rule as well. Absolutely. Kawasaki, Pattaya can be cheap as much as you want it to be if you want to spend nights in bars drinking from 6 p.m. till closing time. Okay. Yours Travels. I have over 100 girls saved on my likes on Thai Friendly. We'll use that to meet the girls, then take them for food and drinks before the before the wink. Good for you, mate. He's got it sussed out. Yours has got it sussed out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good for you, mate. So it looks like you're going to have a busy holiday out there, yours. Johnsky, Eddie, you need to get in the sauna, loosen up that dead body. I think that dead body, I think you'd say. Who's this? Kipax, them days are over, little Eddie. No, I don't think so. No, little Eddie will rise again. Little Eddie may be dormant right now, but he will rise. He will spring back to life. Don't worry about that. David Coleman, getting a girl there is so cheap compared to Toronto. Only crackheads here. You can get a beautiful student at $300 an hour, okay? Asian Paradise, no alcohol and keto, Eddie. Unfortunately, well, this is it. I keep it in the keto diet, but I couldn't live without alcohol. I've still got to have a drink, Nigel Raw, hi Eddie. Trailfinders a spot on this year. Used them for Thailand. 66. The cost is about 90 pounds. Okay, thanks for that info. Let me see. Okay. Terry Thomas. I drank an ocean, mate. Starved myself of food carbs and lost 3 stones. Yeah. I actually know a guy in Pattaya. I met him there earlier this year, and he lost a lot of weight. It's simply by not really eating, but he was drinking like a fish. He was still drinking heavily, but I think he was having like a late night snack, and that was about it. But he just didn't eat, and the weight was just dropping off him. But I wouldn't recommend a diet like that. Definitely not. Nigel Raw, trail finders, top people to do insurance. Okay, well, thanks for all the comments that I got about that little video I posted, because I'm going to look through, well, before I book my insurance, I'm going to look through all the comments on that video, and it's the same ones. I think Silver something or other is one that came up time and time again. Also, post office insurance. So I'm going to book my insurance over the next few days, but I will consult that little video first of all, and all the comments that are being made. So thanks to everyone who responded to that one. Thanks for that. Let's see, Serbian space. We're able to get travel on at 60 plus. Well, I can get it, but it's a bit expensive. Carl Adams, I pre-booked my flight for December months ago for 600 quid with Thai Airways. Same flight is now 200. Well, good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. I mean, I booked my flight, a return flight for 770. And that included cancellation insurance. And then I checked a month later, and it's actually gone down in price. But I'm glad that I've got it booked now anyway. But December has always been an expensive month. Flight prices are always more expensive they're always more expensive in December. Yours travels. That's why with freelance, you go for a drink with them, get the feel for it. If she looks good and not crazy, it's all systems go. Okay, good for you. Mike Richardson, I would never pick up a freelancer from Beach Road, but if you found it on Type Friendly and chat online, you have electronic trace. That's a good point, mate. Good point. Okay, so right now, it's back in a minute, squeaky door time. Oh, there we go. There we go. Looking more and more bizarre, this, isn't it? There you go. That's looking a bit better. That's looking a bit better anyway. Okay. There we go. Let's get that off. Fat Boy Slim, you're looking like you've lost a lot of weight. You're looking good. I have lost a fair bit of weight. I don't know how much. Do you know something? Before this shoulder ache came along, I was I was so looking forward to weighing myself when I get out to Bangkok, because I haven't weighed myself since I was last in Thailand, and I was looking forward to that moment when I weigh myself and see how much weight I've lost. I'm not building my hopes up, But this has set me back a little bit now. It's even set my exercise regime and everything back a little bit. But I think I think I've lost a little bit of weight. I'm just looking forward to the recover. I mean, any weight loss, is going to be, it's going to be a bit of an anticlimax, because this pain that I've suffered recently is not good. I just want all these aches to sort themselves out, and then I'll start being cheerful. I want to get back to. I want my old body back, to be honest with you. Oh. Yours travels. Thai Frandy, the freelance all quoting 3,000 baht. Whoa, for the evening and stay overnight. But they do want taken out for meals and drinks. I'm happy with that. That's still a lot. 3,000 baht. 3,000 baht. That's about 75 quid, isn't it? Sure, it's about 1,000 baht it's about 25 quid in this day and age. And they want taken out for meals and drinks. Double that. So it's expensive. That sounds expensive. Oh. David Coleman, the bar fines are now $54 for the bar fine. Jesus, Canadian. God, oh my God! I know it's expensive, isn't it? It's just going to see. It's going to be interesting to see how guys will react to it this year, and how bar owners, will react to all of that, because it's, it's becoming too expensive. Then guys are just going to find other ways, aren't they? Stephen West. I done that once. She met me after she finished work at the bar. Like I said, I used to find that to be a bit of a. I've even been in a bar, chatting to a girl. Years ago. I've been chatting to a girl years ago, and she told me that this guy, a guy walked past the bar, and she pointed him out. She said, "See that guy there? He called over to me from outside the bar the other night. He said, just leave the bar and come with me, and then we won't have to pay a bar fine." Jesus Christ Almighty! I think that was really, really stingy. Guys doing that years ago, but nowadays, with everything being so expensive, I can understand it in a way. Let's see. Danish Bacon, all these prices are what other Asian men are being charged for. Okay, fine. Thank you. Nice to hear from you, mate. JB, hi, Eddie. Are you related to Claire Sweeney? She's been the lead sponsor on many of my morning slimes over the years. No, I'm not related to her. I think she's that celebrity. She's on TV talk shows, isn't she? No, the lead sponsor of many of my morning slimes over the years. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean, mate. Nicely put. Nicely put. Okay, I'm just gonna. Geez, I'm well behind with the chat here. But I'm just gonna spring ahead here. Okay, Gene Northcote. Okay, thank you. Is that Jeff Northcote? And a nice £50 super chat. Wow, I'll jump to that, mate. I'll jump to that. Okay, I'll certainly jump to that. That's very, very generous of you, my friend. Okay, cheers. And you made me laugh. I love your comments. You made me laugh as well tonight. So thanks for that, mate. Okay, so Paul Augustin, a super chat, £5. Paul Augustin off to Thailand for 4 weeks, from 25th to the 11th. The 25th, 11th. Oh, okay, well, that'll be just before Christmas, won't it? Well, it will be until just before Christmas. £3,000 spending money. What do you think, hungry man? £3,000 for 4 weeks. You should have a lot of fun on that. I'm sure you will have a lot of fun with £3,000. That's a good generous amount that for a month. So good luck to you anyway, mate. And thanks for that super chat anyway. Cheers. Let me see now. Okay. JP, I always like the idea of the bum, but it's like trying to stuff a double duvet in a single duvet cover. No. I think someone's being a bit vulgar there somehow. Don't want to read that out. Let's see. David Coleman, get one for a few days. It's cheap. And yours for that time alone. Okay. Good for that. I mean, the thing is, the things that I used to find, guys being a bit stingy with the girls. I mean, now with the ridiculous price, I can understand it really in a way. I'm not saying that I'd be stingy. I mean, I wouldn't walk past the bar and I'd say to a girl, "Hey, baby, why don't you just make excuses, leave the bar, and then come with me, and then I won't have to pay a bar fine." I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have done it in the olden days. I wouldn't do it now. But I know some fellas have always been like that. Mike Richardson was out there in 2019, found an absolute stunner on Thai Friendly. Met up with her and had 4 days of amazing fun. She saved me money, took me to fantastic Thai food places, and was happy going to the bars. Okay, well, that sounds great. That sounds like a good, a nice little adventure. Jeff North goes, I went to the doctors and said, every time I sneeze, I get an erection. Have you been taking anything for it? He asked. I said, pepper. Good for you, mate. That sounds like a bloody... I might be needing that myself pretty soon. Cheers. Okay. Teddy Jones. Ed, will you be doing a Halloween special live stream? Well, that's next Monday night. I'll probably do something like that on the other channel, Steady Eddie Live. But what I was thinking of maybe wearing my Halloween jumpsuit. But the thing is, with my current shoulder problem, I'm not actually sure that I could get it on. I'm not sure that I could fit into it. Might be a bit of a struggle. But yeah, probably do a Halloween. We'll think of something anyway. We'll think of something. We'll think of the 10 best hairy fanny vampires. How about that? Ingrid Pitt and all those lovely beauties. We'll think of something anyway. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Johnsky, Eddie, it could be the alcohol, but causing inflammation. Yeah. We're not going to disagree with that. Yeah, Mr. Cod liver oil helps. I do have a little couple of tablespoons of olive oil early on in the day, and that's said to help a lot. Let's see. David Cole, I don't mind spending £100 for one overnight. Buy something to eat and drink, shower with it. Even give it a tip. Okay, well, that sounds fair enough, doesn't it, mate? Sounds fair enough. Tom Robinson, people are paying those crazy prices in Nana Plaza. 1,000 baht bar fine and 6,000 baht long term. Yeah. Well, it is really quite expensive. And yeah, funnily enough, if you want a good night out in some of those places, in some of those go-go bars in Nana Plaza, it doesn't have to be ridiculously expensive. I was in one of those, I think it was called Spanky's. I was there earlier this year with another YouTuber, and we had such a good night there. We had a laugh. I bought lady drinks. I had a laugh and a joke with the girls and everything. The lady drinks weren't really that expensive. And this was only like, maybe March, it wasn't that long ago. But it just seems to me, from what I'm hearing now, bearing in mind this peak season that's coming up, this is going to be the first proper peak season for 3 years, the first proper one. So, now things are changing. I mean, I think more than ever, the bar owners really want to make it work. Everybody, the girls want to make it work. Everyone really wants to make this work, and they want as much money as they can get. It's as simple as that. They want as much money as they can possibly get. So, I'm not fully certain about what lies ahead. All I know is I'm gonna be out in Thailand in a couple of weeks' time. I'm going to be in Southeast Asia for 4 months. I don't really know what to expect overall. But don't forget, I won't be staying in Thailand for all that time anyway. I'm quite looking forward to Cambodia. Samuel Hutchinson. Hi, Eddie. Just booked 2 weeks in March £1,200 hotel and return flight. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Yeah, Mr. 3,000 to 4,000 baht a day can be done. Depends on your needs. Well, that sounds quite expensive, really. I mean, if you're staying somewhere like Pattaya all the time, then that will be, you know, that you will spend more money. I mean, what I like to do if I'm traveling for a few months, I set myself an overall budget and then, you know, divide it each day. And in some places like Pattaya, you will go well over your daily budget. Whereas in other places, quieter places, like, for example, you know, some kind of a place in rural Thailand or rural Cambodia, you know, you will go under budget. So what you overspent in Pattaya, you will then pull your budget back down again. So it's I mean I would if I traveling for 4 months, there's no way I'm going to stay somewhere like Pattaya for 4 months, going out every single night and you know partying and all this. There's no way I couldn't physically do that. I'm going to be having a bit of fun there, and then I'll move on to quieter places afterwards. You know, I don't want bloody, I don't want rock star rumpy pumpy every bloody night. It's just a bit too over there. Yours travels, David Coleman. I'm used to going to Vegas, California, and Miami on holiday. Thailand is going to be so cheap. In Miami and Vegas, a bay was 10 to 12 US dollars. Jeez, that's about a tenner in English money. That's awful. I mean, I must admit, I watched that vlogger, the Mac Master, and he's done a lot of trips through, you know, New York and Las Vegas, and the prices that, you know, for food and drink there just seems to be so extortionate. I think America's got, you know, that'll be too expensive for me. That would. Bintman, Bangkok is even worse for the girls. A lot of the street freelancers are trying to get 2,000 short term. Jesus Christ. Paul Hoskin, the cleaner lady in Soy Cowboy, only wants 500 baht and some food. Okay, good for you, mate. Anyway, a man who was easily pleased. Tom Robinson, 4,000 baht per day is not possible if you want to go to Nana Plaza or Soy Cowboy. Well, Nana is good. I do kind of like Nana. I think Soy Cowboy is a bit overrated, really. A bit expensive and a bit overrated. David Coleman, Wah Hin sounds so much better. No drunks all over the place. Well, in the background there, that's Wah Hin. I took that photo early this year. That is Wah Hin Beach. It's a lovely place. I think Wah Hin is one of those places that you may want to retire to, or you may want to live there. But it's in terms of it's probably a good place to live. Whereas if you really want, the over the top action, then Pattaya will be much better thin that. But Hua Hin is a very, very nice place. There's plenty of people who regard Hua Hin as their favourite place in Thailand. So well worth a look. Jeff Northcote, you're very well. Okay, fine. Thanks once again for that super chat, mate. Really do appreciate that. Very kind of you. Yeah. Daniel Mills. When I was last in 2018, I got virtually all my women from Badu. People, what's that? People nearby feature. Also get the massage girls lined up and arrange a massage back at the hotel later in the evening. Okay, well, good for you, man. See, we're getting some good information here. Getting some good information. Chiang Noi. Thank God for Bangkok sideline websites. Many women to be had for 1,000 baht. Really, I'm learning a few things here because, like I say, the idea of getting birds off, apps and Thai friendly. That's something I've never ever done before. I've never actually done that before. So maybe I better maybe I better come up to date. Mister. Before COVID, I was spending 8,000 8,000 a day. 8,000. Well, that's about 200 quid. It's quite possible that, mate. There's some people, some guys out there. Well, once you start, I was telling a guy, some friends recently about. I met a guy in Pattaya who said that he was spending £1,000 a day, and he said that's ridiculous. It's not physically possible. I'm sorry, but it can be. I mean, if a guy wants to suddenly act like he's a rock star, then he starts ringing. Once you start ringing bells in bars and bar fan everything that you see and sight, and 3 or 4 girls back to your hotel, it's quite possible. It's quite possible. Yeah, some people really, really do go over the top. Mike Richardson, a lot of the good lookers are selling time on OnlyFans. I don't want to work in bars. Okay, what did he do on OnlyFans? What did he do? Did he wear like a nice, skimpy bikini? They go, come on, baby, come on, baby. And did the fellas actually send the money for that? No. I like to see a girl in the flesh, personally. Dutch Farang, the market will fix the prices back. Don't worry. Okay, that's good. Good for you, man. That well said. Let's hope it's true. Karen Farang from the jungle. I found a few nice girls on Thai Friendly. I've got to give that a go. I've got to give it a go. Stephen Forex, nice to hear from you, Stephen. If no one can afford it, prices will have to realign. Do you get the feeling that this peak season coming up, the first proper peak season in 3 years, this could be make or break? I mean, if they're all charging these high prices this peak season, if guys are coming along and paying these high prices, then they'll either stay the same or they'll even go up even further, because they'll push you for as much money as possible. But if guys are deliberately staying away because at the expensive price of flights and the expensive price of bar fines and whatever, then they could well get the message out there and start bringing the prices down again. We'll see. Chucksy, a few nice girls on Thai Friendly. Avoid them like the plague. Okay. Who's this? Bentman. I thought you had your Halloween costume on tonight, Ed. No, that's going to be Monday, that is. That's if I can get into it. I'm wearing like it. I'm wearing vests now, and I'm having to cut up old T-shirts, cut them down the middle in order to get them over my head, because it's been so awkward. But I'm getting there now anyway. It's going to be interesting when I get on that plane. I mean, if I'm still the same way, because it's a struggle for me to get a T-shirt on and off. I mean, that's why I've been, doing what I did, wearing these vests. Paul Hoskin, I like a hairy fanny so I can shave it off, you pervert. Daniel Kelly, Eddie, stop drinking until you go away. Easier said than done, mate. Come on, I don't smoke, I mean, life's pretty boring if you don't have a drink. Let's see, where are we? Nick Ross, nice to hear from you, Nick. Nick is here, nice to hear from you. Robster, Ed, what kind of pain is it? Muscular, or does it feel deeper? Is it around the back of your shoulder or the front? Have you tried heat pads applied to your shoulder? It's at the front of the shoulder. It's on the top of the shoulder. It's getting better. It seems like I pulled something there that was quite painful, but it's getting better now. I mean, I'm actually sleeping in an armchair. I'm taking all these tablets, these codeine, and I'm actually sleeping in an armchair simply because I found the bed to be too uncomfortable. That were all the worst injuries, muscle aches that I seem to have had comes from being in the bed, funnily enough. So I'm just sleeping in an armchair for now. Rob Bellamy, nice to hear from you. Kenneth Frank from the Jungle. LK Metal bar fines are 1,500 to even 2,000 bahts nowadays. Well, yeah, absolutely. This is what we're hearing. Jeff Norcott, I've not more than a few Essex bears in my time though. Yeah, okay. Essex bears. I've never met an Essex bear. Have I? I might have done. I don't know. Ian Brown, nice to hear from you, Ian. I met her in and his delightful missus, Barbara, out in Pattaya. Ian Brown, we're booked our hotels in Koh Chang this evening. Klong Prao. Did you like Klong Prao? Now, there you are, in Koh Chang. I know White Sands, Lonely Beach, Kai Bay. You mentioned one there that I don't actually know. Klong Prao. I might have been there, but I'm not really sure. But there's a lot to Koh Chang. There is a lot to that island, and it wasn't fully open last time I was there because the pandemic. But Klong Prao, I can't comment on that one because I don't know that area. I might have been there, but I know that Koh Chang is a lovely island, and I'll probably be paying that a visit during my travels again. Good for you anyway. Good for you. He said, man, a lot of those bar girls I wouldn't go with if I was free. Yeah, another vlogger said that. He said, I was watching a live stream last night. This vlogger who's out in Pattaya said the quality is not really up to much right now. Eddie Jones, what app do you have for booking hotels? I use booking.com because it's the simplest one and it's the one that I feel comfortable with. Okay, Peter. Pattaya is now overpriced. People just go elsewhere for action. I heard Madagascar is cheap. Madagascar. Who the hell goes to Madagascar? What the hell's in Madagascar? I don't think I'll be heading there anytime soon. Isn't that the one where they have all those weird animals and whatever? Didn't they make a Disney movie about Madagascar or an animated thing? Joe. What do you think about going to Pattaya in March? When's the lowest? March is a good month. That's a very, very good month, that is, because March is still very, very nice weather, but it's just past the high season. Whereas March is a good month to go there. I think, you'll like March. You might even get prices a little, for hotels and stuff. You might even get them a little bit cheaper in March, but the weather's still very good there. I know March is a good month. Good month. I think you'll like it there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so. Okay, let's get over there. Samuel Hutchison, 5,000 baht a day. We'll have the best time. Yeah, that's a fairly good amount of money. I think basically, if you're in Pattaya in during the course of the day, if you're going to have a few drinks of an afternoon, a few more of a night time, stay in a decent hotel, meet a girl in a bar, take her back to your hotel for a bit of how's your father and all that. I think the whole cost of that is going to be a lot more than it's going to be a lot more than 100. It's probably going to be closer to 200 quid. For something like that. When you think about it, I mean, your hotel and a nice bed, all the other stuff that goes with it, you're looking at the best part of bloody 200 quid in this day and age, for a day like that. So, but if you're not going to do that every day, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. Mike Richardson, I have a fantastic time on 3,500 baht a day. Okay. Chugsy, low season is just starting and rainy season hasn't started yet. I think you're talking about March. Yeah, March is a good month. Ian Bowden, you remind me of Stan Ogden in your vest with a background like that. Just missing the ducks on the picture here. Oh, wait a minute, he's standing elder. They had that same wallpaper for about 50 years, didn't they? Daniel Kelly, don't give up, Ed. Okay, no, I'm not giving up, mate. I'm not giving up. I must admit, it did cross my mind about a week ago, with the pain being so bad, my inability to move my left arm. It did cross my mind. I thought, is it realistic? Is it realistic to be attempting to do my travels? And I thought to myself, maybe it's not realistic. Maybe it's. I would hate to admit defeat. I would hate to not be on that flight in early November. But now I'm feeling better now. I'm not 100%, but it's getting better. Life is full of risks. If you want to do anything in this world, you've got to take a few risks. And I know it's a little bit risky, not getting on a plane when I'm not in a full physical condition, but hopefully things will improve. I mean, I could be absolutely fine. And then when I get out of Thailand, I could take the knock one way or the other. To reject risk is to reject life. Life is full of risks. So, life is full of risks. So I'm going to be on that plane in a couple of weeks' time. Let's see. Richard Farangland, Rockstar December, yes. Mark, when is the rainy season? The rainy season out in Thailand is, it can be any time really, from like, say, May right through till October. I think what I'm hearing, like September and October has been very, very wet out in Thailand this year. A lot more than it used to be. But the rainy season, I mean, if you want dry weather, you better go on December to March, really. December or December to April, something like that. Chugsy will be in Pattaya next week. Cannot wait. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Terry Jones, Rockstar Rumpy Pumpy, quoted here. Well said, Ed. Okay. Bend over. I used to make a deal with the girls to meet and greet outside Nana Plaza at closing time. Works fine. Okay, good for you, mate. Well, what's this? I've got a minute. Let me get over there a minute. Chugsy, soy cowboy is too short. Half the size of soy 6. Yeah, I was surprised at that when I first seen soy cowboy some years ago. I'd heard so much about it, and then when I went there, I mean, you say it's half the size of soy 6. It's about a bloody a quarter of the size of Walking Street. I was surprised how short soy 6. Soy cowboy was. I thought it'd be much more to it than that. David Coleman, going out for a few drinks in Toronto can cost $100, and you go on with your Richard in your hand. Okay, good for you, mate. Anyway, Daniel Keller, Eddie looks like he's pulling your plug instead of 3,000 a night. Okay, whatever. Yours travels. You spend less when traveling the islands. So I have a different daily budget for the different place I'm going. So £200 a day for Bangkok, Pattaya and Phuket, £100 a day for the islands. Yeah, that's better. That sounds about right. Because the fact is, there's no way I would want to live it up every single day. If I'm out there for 4 months, I don't want to live it up every single day. There's some days when I just want to hold back and just do next to nothing, really. So your budget goes up and down and up and down. But like what yours is saying there, I mean, £200 a day for Bangkok, Pattaya and Phuket, £100 a day for the islands. That's living it up. You could live it up on that amount anyway. Chugsy, actually, Cowboy is more comparable to one of the joining soys on LK Metro. Again, too small. Yeah, just soy cowboy, overrated. There you go. Oh, let me see. Canon Farang from the jungle. Meet the girls on Tinder and Thai friendly and set up dates if you're looking for cheaper options. At least cut out your bar fines. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. We're adding some we're getting some good info here. Yours travels, Mark. 100 quid on the islands is for boat trips and excursions, then food and drink. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I was in Koh Samui. I actually spent less than that, but then I wasn't really doing too many boat trips. I was in Koh Samui, Koh Tao, Koh Phangan. I just spent a lot less than that. I mean, £100 a day is quite a generous budget for the islands. Samuel Hutchinson. A lot of bars open in Naklu. Check it out, and the beaches are better. Naklu. Which one's Naklu? Is that the area between Pattaya and Jomtien? Is that where that is? I know there's a lot going on there because a Facebook friend rode me around there on his motorbike, and there was showed me there's a lot of stuff happening there, and a hell of a lot of stuff happening. Joe, what about Jomtien? It seems a little more suitable for an older man like myself. Do they have some bars with nice ladies, or do you have to go to Pattaya? To be honest with you, well, Jomtien, I've only ever been to Jomtien on a date, on a date. I just hop on a bar bus. So their beaches actually look nicer than Pattaya. But as far as the nightlife, I've never really gone there of a night time. Simply because, if you're in Pattaya, why go to Jomtien if you're in Pattaya? And also, if you're staying in Pattaya, then and you go for a night out in Jomtien, it means that you've got to make your way back, really, doesn't it? So, I think that there are bars there, and there are lady bars there, but I don't really know if they're any good, really. They might be. Paul Hoskin, binge drink outside the 7-Eleven for 1 hour, then dive into a bar for a drink and a slash. Paul Hoskin, this guy, you must be a lot of fun on a night out, Paul. Karen Farang for the jungle. If you're ringing bells and taking 2 or 3 girls home, you're spending 40,000 baht. Yeah, absolutely, a lot of money. Daniel Mills, a fool and his money. Okay. What's this? Karen Farang for they're being vulgar there. Chugs, agree with that. What a waste of cash. Just a hot poke. Why waste all that coin on one chick? Okay. Let's say Kipax, £200 a day won't go that far if you're having a lady and going for food and drink. Yeah, it's going to be expensive. Yeah, if you meet a girl, even if you meet her on one of these apps, especially if you meet her, in a bar or whatever. Whatever you're doing, you're staying in your hotel. You're doing your daytime activities, maybe at a bar or whatever you're doing, and then you're having a night out with a girl, and 200 quid, can be swallowed up quite easily. Yeah, Thailand is not really a cheap country anymore. Mark, Thai women are happy with a 60 baht meal in private, mate, not on a bloody night out. I've had nights out with Thai birds, and they have a tendency to choose the most expensive restaurants. Been there and done that. Michael DiCaprio, nice to hear from you. Hiya from Swansea, late tonight football in the box. Man United 3-0 so far. How's your arm, Ed? Any better? My arm, it is better, but it's not fully recovered. Not fully recovered at all. It's I'm still taking tablets, and I've had this sort of thing. I even had this years ago. I pulled the muscle years ago in my sleep, and I had to take painkilling tablets, and it did eventually solve the problem, but these things take time. But but thanks for asking anyway. It's pretty good, but it's getting better. But it's still got to not 100%. Asia travels. I've used Thai Friendly for years. It's hit and miss. Okay. Mike Richardson, many hotels in Pattaya are fully booked. Well, that's it, you see. I mean, if you're going around Christmas time, I mean, make sure that you book your hotels in advance. I mean, Thailand is often a place where you can turn up and just get a hotel quite easily. But Christmas time is peak of the peak. So if you go in December or Christmas time, then make sure that you got your hotels waiting for you. Capo 17, the girls are on self-destruct with those prices. Okay. Richard Harper. Hi, Eddie. Love the fact you try and green screen effect, but not sure you completely mastered it. I haven't got a green screen there. I'm just using the StreamYard's background, really. I mean, this is my own photo. I've actually uploaded my own photo to this anyway. So that was taken in Hua Hin early this year. Peter Smith. I'm sorry, I just can't pay. I just can't pay to thousands of guys slops. Okay. How many times do you have to block these bloody, these chats, whatever? Paul Hoskin, the higher the cost of a bunk, the less bunks you will have. Oh, Jesus, you must be a genius to figure that one out. I mean, I haven't heard that word for a long time. That's a good old-fashioned word, that isn't it? Oh, well. Richard for England. I have the same problem with my shoulder. Bintman, did you manage to find a decent price hotel in Pattaya? What location? It's central Pattaya. I'm actually staying in 3 hotels in Pattaya, a week at a time, 7 days at a time. I'm staying in 3 different hotels. Don't ask me to name them. I can't even remember, but they're all in a good location. One of them I have stayed in before, which is a little teensy-weensy bit out of the way, but the other 2 are very, very central. And they were good hotels, good prices. But I booked them in advance. I don't know what they're like now. So, like I say, if you're going to go towards December, then make sure you book your hotels in advance, because a lot of those hotels will be booked up. David Coleman. I'm disappointed about Tokyo. The women will not go with one of us. They say we're too big. So we'll just go right to Bangkok. Tokyo. Is that where you are right now, David? I'm disappointed about Tokyo. I've never actually made it to Japan. I'd like to go there. I'd like to go there and see something really, really different. See maybe a futuristic style, environment. But I've never actually made it there. I've never actually heard any evidence that it's good for meeting girls or anything like that. Yeah, Jeff Norcott, you probably have met escapades, Eddie. Most of them say they are from Surrey. Mostly they say that they are from Surrey. I had a London girlfriend once, many years ago, and I think she was. I'm not really sure what part she was from, but actually Essex, as in this. I actually don't know that part of the country. There's large parts of England that I've never actually been in, to be honest with you. As for Surrey, I used to live in Surrey. I did actually live in Surrey at one time. Guildford. Where did I live? Guildford. And I've been around in my time. I've been a bit of a vagabond in my time. I've lived more places than I care to remember. Let me see now. Ian Bowden. Klong Prao, Ed, is where the walking street is in Koh Chang. Oh, is that Kai Bay then? Klong Prao is where that walking street is. And there's a little walking street in Kai Bay, but there's also the main one in Gailey Bar area in White Sands Beach. I'm just not familiar with Clong Crowd. I actually no, I might have been there. Not sure about that. What's this, Mark? Japanese women always look horrified on porn videos. Don't they? If you see Japanese excess in Japanese porn videos, they censor the pubes, don't they? They blur out the pubes. They're not allowed to show them. And a lot of the ones that I've seen, anyway. You know what they got against that? Let's see. Eddie Parker, have you had your flu and antivirus boost? I did have my first booster, not my second one. I've had 2 jabs and a booster, so that's 3 jabs I've had overall, and I think that's all that I'm having really. I mean, I don't want any more of them. Really don't. Daniel Kelly, Eddie, what do you think of all these potheads wandering around Pattaya? Well, I haven't actually seen any evidence of it yet. But they seem to be out doing U-turns, don't they? You know, I mean, you know, the country that would once throw you in prison for, smoking a spliff. Now they're openly selling it, aren't they? But it's not in stone. I mean, you're hearing people saying it's legal, and some say they're going to do a UE on it. It's going to be illegal against it. I don't know. I mean, I'll wait till I get out there, but I don't think I'll be indulging in that stuff. I don't think that's that's not really for me. Nick Ross, I've been to Madagascar. Great women. Yeah, okay. Good for you, mate. Anyway, yours travels. Lots of bar girls haven't gone back to the bars after the antivirus. They all freelance on Facebook, Thai Friendly, and Badoo. They can have days off when they want and have no boss. Well, that sounds good. That's the ball's in their court. Those girls they're clever girls. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. That's for sure. Okay, Eastern man, they need to charge those prices to pay the girls, rents, etc., and keep the doors open and lights on. And there lies the problem. Potatoes has had too many bars for too many years. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, there are a lot of bars around. I mean, so some of the crappier bars, won't last that long. I mean, I suppose, probably too many bars. And then, I mean, that's probably a problem of it. But a lot of those bars have closed down, haven't they? I don't know. I've got to save my judgment for when I actually get out there and see what it's like for myself. I mean, I was in Pattaya a fair bit earlier this year, but it wasn't really what it should be. So this is coming up to what it should be right now. So it's going to be a revelation for me as well as anyone else. Englishman in Malta, nice to hear from you. Eddie, you ever been to the Philippines? Was going to meet someone in February. Anyone know what the weather's like? Depends what it is. They've got a slightly different climate to Thailand. I think in February, February. Well, it should be nice and warm in February. It won't be. I think it's a slightly different climate there. I think you might be able to get a bit of rain there. But the Philippines is good. It depends where you go. Where there's lots of lovely islands there. Last time I was in Philippines, I went to Manila, Subic Bay, Angeles City, and I loved all of them. Philippines is a great country, well worth a look. February sounds like a good time to go out there. David Coleman, I think $100 is okay for one day, but add in $100 for company, but not every day. Okay. Simon English, when will you be traveling to Cambodia? I'm booked for Cambodia. I should be there around about December time, and I'm looking forward to. Cambodia probably isn't what it used to be because obviously Sihanoukville, which was an important part, Sihanoukville was the main beach resort. That's gone down the Swanee River because it's now a Chinese casino city. That's gone down the Swanee River. But I'm looking forward to the other place in Cambodia. Cambodia, December time. I'm looking forward to it. It's like everything. I mean, because it'll be almost 4 years since I was last in Cambodia, so it will be. There's a lot of catching up. Obviously, I can't tell you what it's like now because obviously everything I knew before is it's probably changed. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'll be in Cambodia in December, and can't wait. Cambodian people are wonderful. Some really, really great people out there. Stay 25. How many beers do you average a day in Thailand? Too many. It's far too many. Who's this? Mr. M. Oh, lol, the three ducks from Curry, classic. And didn't Hilda and Stan, didn't they have the same pint of milk in the kitchen table? And, they had that same pint of milk for years. Anthony Reid, I heard that the price have gone up bar fines in go-go bars, 1,500 to 2,000. Yeah, at least. But I suppose quality over quantity. I don't know. I've seen some fairly minging girls in go-go bars. They're not always good quality. Paul Hoskin, if you live with a girl at home, at least you get a bonk on your birthday. Okay, good for you, mate. And happy birthday to you. Nick Ross, quality in Thailand is near zero now. Well, I wouldn't say that. There are still some lovely, lovely girls. I mean, often they can be found in massage parlors. There are some lovely girls in Thailand, but there's definitely a shortage of them. A lot of the bar girls that you see in beer bars, along the seafront in Pattaya, you think, oh my God, no, not for me, mate. Definitely not for me. Poppycorn, nice to hear from you. You'll be on that plane, even if you look like El Cid. Yeah, that final scene where Charlton Heston is on a horse. They put him dead on a horse in order to frighten the opposing army, and his horse takes him out to sea, doesn't it? Yeah, that'll be me getting on a plane to Bangkok. Samuel Hutchinson, it's cheap as you get older for obvious reasons. That's one good thing. Well, 1 or 2 a week, yeah, 1 or 2 a week, I am happy. Absolutely, yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Okay, so let's see. Oh, where am I now? Ian Barron, glad to see his shoulder is slowly improving, Eddie. Will you have to skip on the mystery position with that pain? No, I'll be back. Me and little Eddie will be back in rumpy pumpy action before long. Yeah, it'll be like it's never happened. Okay, so let's say I've been on for 2 hours now. Anyway, I mean, I know this. We've had a little bit of a talk. We've had a chat about what's happening. I mean, get it all out into the open. Our feelings about what we think about bar fines and all of this. I'm an open book. I'm a blank canvas. I'm prepared for whatever awaits me when I get out to Thailand. I can't sit here and say, it's gone really expensive. I need to find out that for myself. But I think the consensus is that apps and Thai friendly, and that's the stuff that we've all got to investigate in this day and age. The idea of just going into a bar and meeting a bed, it's going to be expensive, whichever way you're looking at it. Okay, so I'm going to skip through this a little teensy bit. Pickle, Eddie, has the PCR test requirements for travel from UK to Thailand ended, or is it still? Yeah, it's ended. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Thank God all that rubbish is ended now. Anyway, but I still think that you've got to carry a mask with you because you never know You never know when you're going to need it. Let's see, Mr. Nacluid has passed Dolphin Roundabout. Oh, I think I know where Nacluid is now. It's yeah, I know where you mean. I have been to Wongamat Beach around that way. Samuel said Nacluid next to Terminal 21 shopping mall. Okay, Pattaya's a big place. It's a lot. There's a lot to it. Jeff Northcote, the current high prices for ladies in Land of Smiles are unsustainable. Not so long ago, I had 3 short-time Coyote girls in my Beach Road Hilton Hotel suite, and I got no change out of 60,000 baht. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of money. I'm sure that you had a good time. I'm sure that was a night to remember. Yeah, I'm sure that was a night to remember. But yeah, bloody expensive stuff. If you want to live like a rock star, you've got to pay rock star prices, really. Let's see. Okay, so let's just have a little look. Okay, so Chiang Noi, your bar, your choice. If they quote a price you don't like, counter with what you feel comfortable paying. So you'll have to say yes or no. Okay. Okay, Dino, you started early tonight. Said I just tuned in. You're feeling better? Yeah, a little bit better. I wanted to get this out of the way with a bit earlier, simply because I would have fell asleep, and I probably would have woke up about 1 o'clock in the morning. So that's why I've got this live stream done now. Anyway, Nick Ross. Do any of you go to Pat Pong anymore? Lots of brothels are staying now overnight. Pat Pong, I mean, I've never actually bothered with that. There's, all the idea of ping pong shows and firing darts out of the womanly bits and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to see any of that. Not for me, mate. Definitely not for me. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just going to whiz through this. Ian Barham, Guildford is a lovely town. I had a pub crawl there a few years. I had a good year or so in Guildford. Guildford is a nice town. Nice, it was a nice town. Nice town to live. Eastern man, what about the other places? Walking Street and Angeles City. Prices seem to be off 50%. And we all heard about Phnom Penh. Was Saigon in Vietnam cheap behind the pandemic? Well, Saigon and Vietnam, yeah, it was cheap for hotels and drinks and all of that, but the girls weren't. Those Vietnamese girls have commanded a very, very high price in there in recent times. Mike, I went to Mixed nightclub in Bangkok. I bought a sexy lady a drink. She was Colombian. I got straight down to business after that and asked how much. He said 7,000 baht. I said, have a good night. Don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up very, very soon. Jeff North, I pulled a Japanese girl last night. I could tell she was Japanese because a magic force field pixelated their pussy. Okay, good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this on. I've been on for 2 hours now. Dave Cook. Pattaya's history, unless you have £400 a day. If you want the ladies, they are 7. No, not necessarily, mate. Not necessarily. Okay, so let me just say. I'm just going to let me see. Okay, I'm just going to. We've still got 300 in the chat here. Yeah, Ian Bound, you're right, Ed. Kai Bay is where I was talking about. Yeah, Kai Bay is a lovely. I stayed in Kai Bay earlier this year in Koh Chang. There was not much happening, but I really, really would like to stay in that place when it's in full swing because it does look like a really, really, really good place. Really good place. Okay, so I've been on for 2 hours and 11 minutes now. I'll skip through the chat here. There's still plenty going on here in the chat. We've waffled on a little bit anyway. So I'm going to end this in a couple of minutes anyway. Let me see now. JB, is it cheaper if you finish yourself off in the bathroom with their simply chin? You won't expect, yeah, you probably save a few bathroom by doing that. Kipax, Pat Pong was okay 20 years ago. Not much going on these days. Much better places to go. Absolutely. Every time I've suggested going there, people have said, don't bother. Chugsy, Saigon is decent. However, Vietnam in general isn't that great. Well, it's in general, it's if you want the country, if you want to see a fascinating country, then it's great. Vietnam's a great country overall. It's not just about the women. Dave the Rave, is the shoulder improving, Eddie? Yeah, it is improving slowly but surely. Okay, Ian Bowen. Okay, so nice to hear from you. Okay, so I'm gonna, Jeff Norco. Thank you, thanks for that super chat, Jeff. I appreciate that, really do. Okay, so Nick Ross. Hope you get healed sooner. Did you find out what's wrong? Well, I've been taking painkillers, and it's difficult to get a doctor in this day and age. But nevertheless, in a couple of weeks' time, I'll be on that airplane out of it. Okay, so I should be back on Monday on Steady Eddie Live. Doing a Halloween special. I'll find a way to do a Halloween special one way or the other. And my last live stream will be here next week, probably 10 o'clock next Thursday night. Okay, and that'll be the last stream that I'll do before heading out on my travels anyway. So listen, guys. Let's see. Okay, listen, guys. Thanks for everybody. Thanks for everything. Thanks for coming along tonight. I haven't been 100%. As you know, I'm still on the mend. But I'm glad, like we've done this live stream tonight, because we've shared a few ideas together, and it's always great to have the input from you guys out there. Okay, listen, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on next week. Monday, Steady Eddie Live. Next Thursday on this channel. Okay. Have a great weekend, guys. See you soon. Cheers.